Today, I'm going to show you how to become every single Crucible Knight in Elden Ring. Not one, not two, all of them. We'll cover their lore, their builds, how to get their weapons, armor, and incantations, and ultimately how to use them to their full potential in New Game Plus at level 150. The Crucible Knights are more than just tough bosses. They're the embodiment of the primordial Crucible, the very form that came before the Erdtree. And trust me, once you unlock their full kit, the damage is absolutely insane. The Crucible was the primordial form of the Erdtree, a chaotic, living force of creation, red-tinged gold, brimming with homeward yearning. It birthed horns, scales, feathers, and bony growths that would later be condemned as impure under the Golden Order. The horn scent of Belorat Tower fervently worshipped the Crucible. They saw tangled horns as a mark of spirituality, even though many children born with massive horns died young. When Marika rose to power, she sent her son Mesmer to destroy the horn scent and erase all traces of Crucible worship. But before that purge, there were 16 knights, the Crucible Knights, who served Godfrey, the first Elden Lord. Today, we're focusing on three of the most legendary: Ordovis, Siluria, and Devonia. Ordovis was one of the two foremost Crucible Knights. His signature red-tinted Greatsword reflects the primordial gold of the Crucible itself, closer to the essence of life than anything else. His armor and helm carry his mark, the axe, which was also displayed by his men. Here's the recommended setup for Ordovis at level 150. These stats will be the standard for all the builds in this video. Why 55 endurance? Because this guy is heavy as hell, and that's the minimum needed to avoid fat rolling. We've got Ordovis's Greatsword, a secondary weapon for the Ashes of War, the Crucible Hornshield, any seal for incantations, his full armor set, and talismans like the Talisman of all the Crucible for lore reasons. But realistically, it's way better to use the Sacred Scorpion Charm for increased holy damage. The Crucible Talisman makes you take 45% more damage, which is just a death wish. I also recommend Shard of Alexander to boost weapon skill damage, Godfrey Icon for charge skill and incantations, and Phlox Canvas Talisman for incantation potency. I'll show you which incantations to use as we collect them. To get Ordovis's weapon and armor, defeat him in Oriza Hero Grave. It's a brutal duo fight, but absolutely worth it. The Crucible Shield is found in Shifra Aqueducts. You'll need to fight a Crucible Knight there. There's even a funny cheese you can use once he hits 50% HP. Aspects of the Crucible, Horns, is dropped by a Crucible Knight near the Rampart Tower Grace. There is an easy cheese if you struggle with this fight, and I'll show you how to reach him. Aspects of the Crucible Breath. We need to kill this guy. It's available after killing Rykard and then killing Tanith when she's feasting on the corpse, and this happens at the end of her questline. After killing her, Tanith's knight spawns and he drops the incantation after killing him. Aspects of the Crucible Tail is dropped by a Crucible Knight in the Stormhill Everjail. Optional but stylish, you can use the aspects of the Crucible Thorns, which is dropped by the Golden Hippo in the DLC. It's not required but looks amazing. Also, the Ash of War aspects of the Crucible Wings. You need to defeat Erdtree in order to get it, and it works perfectly on a secondary Greatsword. At this point, your character basically turns into a medieval transformer. Wings, tails, horn, breath, the full Zoob package. Siluria was the other knight honored as foremost among the Crucible Knights. She wields Siluria's tree, a spear modeled after the Crucible itself and infused with its life-giving essence. Her armor carries the great tree motif, setting her apart from the rest. Here's the Siluria build at level 150. We've got Siluria's tree, any seal for incantations, her full armor set, and Talisman similar to Ordovis' build. Unlike Ordovis, this setup doesn't rely on incantations, but feel free to mix them in. The centerpiece is the spear's weapon skill, Siluria's Woe. You'll face Siluria as a boss. Here's the path from this site of grace. Defeat her to claim her weapon, and her armor can be found in the chest behind her. This skill is devastating. A long, charged blast that annihilates groups of enemies. It's fantastic for duels if timed right. Just don't whiff it, or you'll be eating dirt. And look at this insane damage against Bale. Devonia is my personal favorite Crucible Knight. She served the longest of them all, wandering in search of the Crucible's true origin after the Order dissolved. Her hammer, forged of primordial gold, radiates raw life energy, engraved with the torrent of creation itself. Her helm marks her as the last knight who truly carried the Crucibles well. Here's the Devonia setup at level 150. Devonia's hammer, her helm and armor set, and talisman similar to Ordovis's build. Defeat Devonia herself to claim her helm and hammer. Here's the path from this site of grace. For incantations, you can also add aspects of the Crucible Bloom to this build. It fits her lore perfectly. Here's where you'll find it from this site of grace. The Bloom incantation is especially effective against dragons, and scaling your faith really pushes the damage further. Devonia's build feels slower but unbelievably powerful. Every swing lands like a meteor, and the Bloom incantations add a divine touch that reflects her search for the Crucible's origin. And to round it out, here's how you can find the talisman of all Crucibles from the site of grace. And that's how you become Ordovis, Siluria, and Devonia, three of the most legendary Crucible Knights in Elden Ring. Each has their own style, Ordovis with his versatile incantations and greatsword, Siluria with her devastating spear, and Devonia with her crushing hammer and bloom. Together, they embody the raw, chaotic power of the Crucible, the force that predates the Erdtree, the very force Marika tried to erase. So, which Crucible Knight is your favorite? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and check out my other builds in the future. Until next time, may your horns, tails, and wings carry you to victory.